What's up, everybody? Welcome back as we're about to show you some playoff action as we jump into some MLG Variant, Scrapyard, CTF. Not really common as you're not actually able to play MLG Variant throughout the season in the hardcore ladder, which is very odd. I'm not really sure why they chose to do that, but you know, I spawned very front side spawn on my side, and I figured I had enough time to get into Broken without getting touched by that nade, but this is hardcore, so you do have a lot less health, and it kind of shows, and I'm not actually able to make it through there. You know, in my death, Black God pulls in to fill my shoes, and he's able to pull out all the defenders out of their little hiding spots as we pick off, you know, a nice three-piece here, and we're able to get back to our spawn with that flag fairly easily in this first kind of minute of the game. I chose to go through Nemo just to avoid those chuck nades and those stuns getting thrown cross map. This is such a small map, you got to be really careful about that, and you definitely don't want to get, you know, stunned and stunned and stunned, because you'll eventually just get caught up on. No matter how good your team's set up, those nades are something you got to watch out for. Having somebody set up on white wall like we had Marine is definitely a benefit that forces spawn over to red side silos, and that allows me to grab the second flag here, kind of duck and cover, make it through, and Black God set up on Toyota, so it's pretty cut and dry in this first little bit. You know, it just goes to show that good setup will allow your team to succeed. You know, practicing those setups, and that's kind of what I've been preaching about in these transition to competitive competitive gaming videos and everything like that. So, you know, after Black God pulled that flag, I moved into the more support role. I went to go cut off the laneways and get those choke points down, make sure that nobody got through to chuck those stuns or chuck those nades coming through fire. I did see the spawn on silos, but was able to kind of pick it up, but did get called out through Broken. And then we did get a call out for Crane. I waited around for him, he didn't come around, so I figured he backed up into building 2, which he did. AMZ Black God does pick him up as I move to Broken, get caught. I do get a couple shots off on him here, and I was kind of perplexed because I thought this was hardcore. Somebody lied. It's on half health, ain't it, bitch? But you know, going back to white wall, they seem to have sent somebody there to counter our white wall positioning, and that was a really good idea on their part. You know, you really want to keep that, you know, in your hands at all times throughout the game. You definitely don't want to give up white wall on any positioning on both sides of the spawn here. And I picked up flag. I knew I wasn't actually gonna get it, but they did grab our flag, so I was just trying to buy some time. You know, we had two guys spawn down, you know, not in great positioning, but I had to do something. You know, you never want to just wait at their flag for it. Reason being is you could be set up all you want, but lightweight marathon guys are quick as hell. You might not get that shot, and they might be able to jump past you and cap that flag. So always be wary about just staying put on their flag and thinking you can get the flag carrier. Always second guess, and you know, best thing to do is just to grab that flag and go. Buy your team some time, get them off the respawn, get them looking towards you instead of at the respawn points. And that's just, you know, that's my opinion, the best way to look at it, and hope you kind of take my advice, because, you know, a lot of people interested in the competitive gaming series that I'm doing. Also, working with Bleed Team. Hope everybody's checked out the video that got posted on there. It was of the Toshiba tournament that I reposted just for them, so show them exactly what I'm about, able to showcase, you know, some strategies and some build stuff like that. So, hopefully it works out over there on the Bleed Team. And next video is not actually going to be the tryouts, and I really wanted to work on, you know, kind of GB lingo, because a lot of people were really confused at a lot of the things I was saying, and I kind of took it for granted. So I'm going to go over a lot of the terms and stuff that I use when I'm talking about in videos and strats and stuff like that. So we'll get that cleared up, and then we'll go back into the tournament video, or tryout video, sorry, and get that posted, and hopefully everybody's enjoying that series, and it'll keep going. It'll keep coming. I'm kind of spilling over my words. We just finished this match, so I'm commentating literally just after we're done. So what are we going at now? This is kind of at the point where we kind of started to break down. Got a little confident. You never want to get confident, because it always backfires. It never fails. Every time your team starts to get confident, you know, you get out of positioning there. I don't know what Black God was doing. I'm the runner. He decided to push up way past where he should have been, and now I got to kind of hold down and make room for him to run back. You know, you don't need 2 flag runners. You really don't. You need 3 positioned guys to hold down spawns while your flag runner just does his thing. You know, having 2 flag runners is not necessary. Even if you are steamrolling the other team, it's not necessary. Because when you start to assume that the other team is not going to come back, that's when they start coming back. And it'll really show in the second half of this game, because we are up 4-1, but it does actually get pretty scary. And that's why I wanted to post this video, because it starts off great, doing great, everybody's doing good, then it goes downhill. Right here, gotta call out, they've seen me run, so this guy turns around real quick, he's trying to cut me off, not able to do so. Right off the start of the game, I'm able to just run up and grab the flag, and I do get 1 kill, kind of stunned my own team here, not so good. I thought I seen a head and broken. And I pretty much just ran that flag by myself. I had 3 guys down. 1 guy respawned halfway through the run. 2 other guys spawned backside silos. Didn't really help me out that much. So I'm not really sure where the other team was positioned at that point. They probably spawned backside crane, weren't able to kind of get any sort of read on where I was running, and just let me have that flag. However, they do a really good job of a perfect setup here. They got 1 guy in L controlling center scrap, they got 1 guy in white wall, and they got 1 guy left side red silos. They spawn raped us 2 or 3 times in a row, and they grabbed the flag, and it's pretty much a dead run right back, because it's such a small map. Running back and forth is easy. So if you do get spawn trapped, you get 3 guys down, it's almost a guaranteed flag cap. You really got to watch your spawn times, and you really got to watch your bunching up. You never, if you do start to get spawn trapped, you know, don't send everybody out all at once, especially hardcore. You know, 1 clip will lay waste to your team twice off of 2 respawns, so you just gotta be very careful. You know, have some guy to switch to smoke nade, maybe, you know, buy you a little bit of extra time. But you know, right here I was kind of doing some bad moves. You know, I wasn't really thinking clearly. I was more just, how many flag casts can we get on these guys? And it shows, because I kind of blindly continue to run right through center scrap. I don't check my corners, I don't check my left side spawns. I do get a couple kills, but really I should have, you know, been a little bit more careful. If I would have ducked down there, he would have had a much harder time shooting me, because I wouldn't have been able to be visible through that window where he got the last shot off on me, and I probably would have made it back. So these are just the little things that you can point out when you go back and you look at videos. And that's what I'm about. I'm never about gloating or boasting about wins or losses or anything like that. Everything's an educational purpose for me. Everything has value. Anything I post is posted for a reason. You know, I don't post to get view spam or anything like that. So if that's kind of, a couple of people said that in the last video I made, and it really bothered me, but whatever. It's all good. So, Black God continuing to try and go for that objective role. An issue I have with having 2 objective players is you leave a position wide open. You're not either covering left side or you're not covering right side. I'm not focused on getting kills. I'm focused on getting that flag. And obviously Black God was focused on grabbing that flag too. I'm not really sure why. And that kind of left us open time and time again. We're sending 2 Slayers essentially against 3 Slayers at all times in this game. And even their flag runner was running stopping power UMP, I think. And so he's not even going to be that quick. So you really have to question, you know, your strategy at that point. You know, if you're running against a bunch of slow guys, you only need 1 objective player. And that's, I keep saying it, but it's kind of frustrating going back and watching this and seeing all the avoidable issues in a game. We have 1 guy left side crane. I'm in center. Lover's pushing up middle. He's pushed up way too far and he grabs flag. He didn't need to grab flag. He should have stayed center, stayed behind that the little concrete barrier, continued to fire through middle doorway on office, and we would have been much better. You know, we would have realized, hey, they spawned out, we need to go look for them. I wouldn't have got shot in the back, case may be, and we would have held it down much more efficiently. The spawn trap is everything. MLG Variant, as much as you want to call it gun skill and strategies, a spawn trap essentially is a strategy, but to me that's what MLG Variant is all about, especially in hardcore. Oh my god, hardcore you die so easy. If you can get the spawn trap, it's devastating, and nobody likes to be in that situation, but you know, you gotta build on it, gotta work on it, and teams that take advantage of practicing postseason for the playoffs have a much better chance of not getting eliminated immediately into the first round here, second round. And you know, this is kind of where playing override throughout the whole season kind of hurts you. playing S&D throughout the season is not going to be beneficial. And like you just seen here, they almost cap a bunch of flags on us, almost bring it back to within, you know, striking distance, but it's just too far gone, not enough time at this point. And thanks for checking out the video. 6-4 victory in the playoff round 2. And I'm going to post the demo game later. Thanks for checking out the video. Holiday Doc out.